Hi again, it's Eleni, back to read an Enviro story this week. And today we've got a Foxy Problem, and it's written by some students in Year 6 at South Muswellbrook Public School. Once upon a time there was a peaceful farm where a couple lived a serene life. Their days were spent milking cows, collecting eggs and feeding animals. They enjoyed waking up every morning to the fresh air of the countryside. Farmer Jeff owned the farm and worked alongside his lovely wife, Farmer Rosie. Their grandchildren, Summer and Lucas, loved bumpy rides on the tractor and playing with Digger, the cheerful dog. See? The grandkids enjoyed going to the chicken pen and collecting eggs, although they were no ordinary chickens. They were the chickens in black, who protected all lives on the farm from threats. But there was this one greedy animal that wanted all the animals on the farm as his slaves, and even some of them to eat. This bad, horrible animal had a name: Fancy Fox. Mr. Fancy Fox could be found in his new underground den. Every night, Fancy Fox would dig a hole and get into the chicken coop. He glanced at the chickens, but heard a noise and ran back into the hole toward his secret underground den. The next night, he tried again and was successful in his mission. While the fox was planning his next scheme, the chickens in black were very confused. The chickens in black had become the 3 chickens in black, CIB, with all the other chickens having disappeared. So the CIB settled down to have a secret meeting to discuss what was going on. "We had 6 chickens to begin with, but now only 3, explained Jenny in a sad voice. The CIB were so worried about the loss of their friends that they went to consult with their nocturnal boss, Sharp-Eyed Owl, who had the most sharp and intense stare the chickens had ever seen. "I was expecting you," said Sharp-Eyed Owl. "I hear you need some assistance with this fox. I can give you some information, but you must give something in return." "We would be happy to help you, Mr. Sharp-Eyed Owl. What is it you need?" said Chicken Genius. "I would like the right to hunt the mice," replied Sharp-Eyed Owl. "I don't love this idea, although maybe it would keep the mice out of our chicken coop," agreed Pecker the chicken. What a wise-looking owl. Once Sharp-Eyed Owl agreed to help the CIB, a great idea came to him. He would write a letter to Farmer Jeff and Farmer Rosie, informing them about the missing chickens. A good night's rest was needed, so in the morning they could get their feathers dirty and get to work. Look at their coop. Beautiful chandeliers. "Dear Farmer Jeff and Rosie, someone has been committing theft and kidnapping at the CIB headquarters. There will be even more problems and less eggs if we can't stop this. We have a suspect and have dusted for fingerprints. We have come to the conclusion the prime suspect is Fancy Fox. Could you please help us and call local land services? They can tell us how to stop Fancy Fox. Yours in protection, CIB." It's a pretty good letter. The next day, the CIB were awoken by the noise of a car near the headquarters. The CIB assembled, ready to face the intruders. Stepping outside, they found a car with the logo of Local Land Services plastered across the side of it. Local Land Services came up with an unusual solution. "We can suggest the option of adopting 2 new animals to protect your headquarters." As the agent from Local Land Services was explaining his solution, 2 odd alpacas hopped out of the boot of the car. Their names were Bernie and Barry. The CIB knew their names because of the humongous name tags hanging from around their necks. "Hi, I'm Bernie and this is Barry. We've heard you're in a bit of a pickle and we've come here to help you out with your Foxy Problem." As Bernie and Barry were explaining, the CIB started to bicker and discuss the proposed solution. The CIB marched back into the pen to discuss this newfound idea and their unwelcome new family members. They argued and argued until the boss of the CIB headquarters started yelling, "Stop! This idea is something outside of our comfort zone, but our farm needs the help. We can't afford to lose another CIB member." Look at them bickering. Meanwhile, Fancy Fox. Ooh. 6 months later, the farm was peacefully quiet and the CIB had changed its name to Animals in Black, AIB. Bernie and Barry were adored by their chicken family. They had an agreement with Mr. Fancy Fox that he stayed away from the farm and the chickens. All thanks to local land services. And that was A Foxy Problem, and it was written by the students in Year 6 at South Muswellbrook Public School. Thanks very much, guys. See you next time. Bye.